So, can reptiles give you salmonella? Well, the short answer to your question is yes, they can, but there's a lot more that you should know about it before jumping to conclusions that they're just these salmonella-carrying creatures. So firstly, what is salmonella? Well, I don't need to tell you that, you can just Google it, but what I will tell you is how common it is and how dangerous it is. So each year in the United States, about 1 million people get salmonella per year, so that means that 0.3% of the population will get salmonella sometime during each year. And then of those 1 million, about 19,000 have to go to the hospital for it, and about 300 to 400 die per year from it. So that's really not too much, but something more interesting is how you actually get it. And you'll generally hear of two ways that people get salmonella. One, from foods, usually stuff like raw egg, whether it's raw cookie dough or things like that. And then the second is generally from reptiles and other animals. So of the 1 million cases per year in the United States, only about 93,000 of those are actually from reptiles. So that means if you get salmonella, 91% of the time it's going to be from food or something else and not reptiles. But to understand more about it with reptiles, now we're going to talk about how reptiles get it, how you get it from reptiles, and how you can avoid it. So basically, reptiles are pretty much immune to salmonella, or they're completely immune to it. It doesn't affect them whatsoever. If they have the bacteria, their health is completely normal. They'll be completely fine, and you have no way of knowing if one reptile does or doesn't have it. It's just a bacteria that they might simply be carrying, either in turtles' cases on their shells, and then other reptiles on their scales. Whether your pet does have it or not isn't based on anything like care. It's nothing that you do, they just might happen to carry it. So even if your pet is in the perfect conditions with no health issues, they can still carry it. And how people, okay, calm down. So which reptiles carry this bacteria? Well, actually, it's not limited to reptiles because any animal can give you salmonella. It'll be a lot more rare with some and a lot more popular with others. Probably the most popular being turtles. It's what you'll see a lot. It's kind of the reputation that turtles get because so many people like to keep turtles as pets, especially little kids. And generally young kids or babies or really old people have higher chances of getting sick in general just because their immune system isn't as strong. And there's actually a law in the United States that makes it illegal to sell a turtle if it's under 4 inches long. So a turtle like this girl right here, this is just a little juvenile box turtle, she's probably less than 2 inches long. There's a much higher chance that she has salmonella over something like this larger slider turtle or another type of reptile. So let's say this slider has salmonella. How can I actually catch it from him? Well, basically all I need to do is somehow get his bacteria with the salmonella into my immune system. And if my immune system fails to fight it off, then I'll end up probably having the sickness. But basically the ways to do that is like I've just been handling him. If I go and eat right now, there's a slight chance that some of that bacteria will get in my mouth and I'll ingest it. Or if for some reason you like lick your animal, or if you're cleaning the water out and then you reach for a snack or something. So it's really not too different from normal bacteria. I don't think there's any higher or lower chance of the salmonella bacteria getting in you unless you do have a pet reptile, but you shouldn't let this discourage you because it's so rare. And it's very simple to keep yourself clean and really not have to worry about it. Really all you have to do is after you handle your reptiles, or after you clean out your reptiles' enclosures, after you feed them, or whatever, just go wash your hands afterwards. And really just washing your hands with soap will get rid of any bacteria that you got from the turtle shell or whatever animal it is. And secondly, if you do find turtles that are really small for sale, they're probably not doing it legally if they're in the US, but you should probably not buy those because there's a bit higher chance and you'll be safer not doing so. If you do have young kids, just keep an eye on them and make sure they do clean their hands or whatever after holding their pet, and let's not walk off the table. And then really just don't do obvious stuff like don't drink your turtle water or don't lick your pet turtle or snake or whatever. And that's really all you have to do to not even have to worry about it. What are you doing? So that's pretty much it. Technically, salmonella in reptiles isn't actually a myth, but it is really rare and nothing that you should really be concerned about. And it shouldn't be something that discourages you from getting reptiles as long as you keep clean and keep the enclosure sanitary and everything like that. But that's it for this video. Hopefully it helped you out. And yeah, I'm Alex, and thanks for watching.